Glory, glory to all United fans. I'm your host with the most, Chinmay Sharma, aka Scubachino, and unfortunately, we've gone from to the bubble has finally burst. But look, it had to happen sometime, and I'm going to try to keep this video as analytical as possible because, anyways, there's just this big fraction of United fans who started hating on United every time we lose, and the Erik Ten Hag out movement is just. I mean, look, it's really disappointing. Losing to Fulham, a team that I read somewhere hadn't won a single game away from home this entire season. So yeah, it is extremely heartbreaking. But look, let's try to analyze the game as much as we can. Look, I think if you see the last 5 or 6 games that we've gone unbeaten, and we could have dropped points in any of those games, to be honest, because it's been scrappy. We've apparently this year alone we've let 100 shots on target, and Man City. This entire season have led 197 shots on target. So just shows that we give the opposition a chance, and that stems from a big point where every time somebody gets injured from our first team, there is no like for like replacement. You might not have someone who comes in and who's as good, but the style of play changes every time there is a replacement because of injury. And let me point that out with Højlund. We lost him. He's a 20-year-old who's being overplayed, and you see him, everyone's booing when Erik Ten Hag gets him out in the 75th minute, but it's because we have to conserve his energy. He's still a growing kid who can't be playing 90 minutes twice a week. So it's a result of that, just muscle fatigue. And you see the goal he scored last game, the first goal, was because of his press, because of he made that goal happen with a high press, which Rashford just can't do. He's not capable of doing that. He's a little lazy, for a lack of a better term, and you saw that yesterday. Similarly, with Victor Lindelof playing at left back, Luke Shaw is that one player. We are a team that is trying to play from the back. Lindelof cannot hold the ball and start the transition or start building an attack from the back. He doesn't make those overlapping runs, which means United's wingers like to cut and shoot. When you have an overlapping run where you can literally pass the ball to the left back, they are the ones who put the ball in for those juicy crosses that feeds the striker. Again, Rashford not the best with his head either. So it's just one side of a striker that's completely negated when Højlund is injured. Martial is, I think, gone to sleep post the surgery. I don't know when we're going to see him, if ever, in a United jersey. So look, all of these things, it just had to happen. The bubble had to burst, and unfortunately it happened against Fulham, which is at a time of the season where every point is extremely vital. Bruno Fernandes, I don't know what's going on with the guy. I think he just looks dejected, and that's the thing. I don't want to be blaming individual players, and again, what's really scary is Varane. Like a lot of people, like Mark Goldbridge says, he's a Rolls-Royce defender. You can't play him twice a week, but we have no other option now. You can't have Maguire and Evans playing against City or against some of the other bigger clubs that we have up. So it's scary, not because we've lost this game, but because the injuries might just get worse because of overplaying, and all of that will lead to a style of play that will have to keep adapting in every game. So, I mean, I tried to make this video as colorful and lively as possible, but I tell you what, Manchester United is not just a club that I support, man. It's literally a way of life. It really affects my just my mental well-being and happiness. So it's a really tough loss to accept, but I mean, I guess right now the worst thing we can do is probably just shit on our team's head and just back them, because trust me, Erik Ten Hag is doing the best he can with the limited resources we have, and that's the thing. I think Sir Jim just very rightly said that let the club dictate the style of play, because every time we get a new manager, he comes in with his style of play, with the players he wants, and the moment we change the manager, all of those players become redundant. So I don't know, it's a grim road, but top 4 is still an option, still in the tunnel vision, so fingers crossed.